Addictions are hard to break. When we talk about addictions, we usually think about drugs and alcohol, and then we joke about things like being a carboholic or a chocoholic.
Indeed.
And we refer to smoking as a habit and so forth. But now we've got a new set of addictions that have to do with social media, like Facebook addictions. But before you start laughing about it, this is really a serious thing.
Right. Kids are, and not just kids, but younger people more than older, and women more than men, seem to be more addicted to things of this nature. It seems to be a way that you don't have to put yourself on the line face to face. It's convenient. You can do it when you want. You can do it from home. You can do it in the middle of the night, like so many kids are texting in the middle of the night, and you can still have the communications. And it just shows how important social communication is to people.
But you know, too, it can be dangerous when some of these kids are doing that and they don't know where to draw the line with what to say on there.
Well, things get out of hand.
Photographs that
there's
they put
bullying,
on there.
There's photographs that are exposing, it's used as a sexual expression tool. There are lots of things that are problematic, but those problems are there anyway, and it's just a way for people to have a little bit more nerve to do it than if they were face-to-face.
So let's talk about some of the things and some of the ways that we can recognize that it's an addiction.
Well, it's not hard most of the time because they're going like this all the time, right? Or they're on their Facebook at home at night. Their computers are always warm when you touch them. And in the middle of the night, sometimes they're still on them.
But the thing I'm thinking about is how anxious they get if they can't do it, like if a parent takes it away from them.
It's like withdrawal.
Yeah,
it's a true withdrawal
They have
syndrome.
to do it, and sometimes it interferes with their job or it interferes with school because they're just so drawn to that all the time.
Well, even at work, sometimes. I mean, the computer is something that is on most people's desk at work. If you're working in most businesses, and people like to have their time on Facebooks, and they're into these clubs and games and things that it's easy to get addicted to. But most people who have a busy life, who have a social life that's fairly full, don't have time for Facebook. I know in my situation, I have a Facebook account for a couple of things, but it's more of a business thing. And would I go to Facebook normally? Probably not. But then, I'm an older generation too.
The people that are addicted to it, they get restless when they can't be on it. And for me, I get restless when I'm on it.
Yeah, how to figure out how the darn thing works,
right,
a lot of parts of it. But kids are so quick to learn these things, and we joke about it, but it's not funny. And really, it's the responsibility of the parents to make sure that their kids don't have access to computers or to phones at times when they should be doing their homework or in the middle of the night. I think it would be good to put them in a place where they're not even accessible, because you might get up in the middle of the night to your surprise to go to the bathroom and find out that somebody's light's on in their room, this little low dim light, and you hear this clicking sound that you know what's happening.
Well, also that's the tip of the iceberg. I mean, then there's things like electromagnetic fields and
all the other addictions. This is something it could lead to. Not that I'm saying that somebody who uses a Facebook too often is going to be somebody who's going to be addicted to drugs, but there is an addictive nature to this, and it's a good thing to recognize. So if you see that, you might just want to be a little bit more alert to what your kids are doing, where they are, and how much time they're spending on this thing called Facebook.